Pokemon is a very interesting game series and has very many characters. However, there is one kind of character that the team is usually always different. The playable character. Now, I already did one video on this topic, but I wanted to change it and add new ground rules. Number one, the games are the first priority. The games will always be first priorities, then the artwork, then the anime, which Ash is in fact canon to the games. Then finally, sources such as the manga and trailers that actually show game footage. Number two, consistency. They have to be able to ability to be canon. There are several different timelines, so if a character exists in multiple timelines, they'll get more than one a team. I'll be using the following images in the timeline. Number three, no duplicates. I'll be trying to avoid duplicates of Pokemon with other main Pokemon of that generation. I'll try my best, but there might be duplicates. And with that, let's start with the non-Mega generation. Number four, I have to stick with Pokemon to their generation. Red will be stuck in Generation 1, Leaf will be stuck in Generation 3 due to Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. With that, let's begin. Red. Even though it says nothing about Pokemon Yellow, they are basically around the same timeline having no Mega Evolution. Although this timeline could be Ash's canon timeline, but I will say it takes place in another same way as Red and Blue. In this game, he consistently catches Pikachu, Snorlax, Venusaur, Eevee, Charizard, Blastoise, Lapras, are in Gen 1 exclusive Pokemon shown in these games. However, he does appear in later games, such as Pokemon Gold and Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black 2, and White 2. So I thought these teams will have their own, separate teams as well, which only includes Eevee's evolution into Espeon. He also appears in the Mega Timeline games, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, where he has the following Pokemon: Pikachu, Machamp, Arcanine, Lapras, Snorlax, Mega Venusaur, and Let's Go. And different ones, including Sun and Moon, are Pikachu, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Lapras, and Snorlax. He also appears in the Stadium timeline, which is different, where he has Meganium, Feraligatr, Typhlosion, Jolteon, Scizor, Tauros, Raikou, Entei, Suicune, Dragonite, Snorlax, and Espeon. He did appear in the trailer of Battle Revolution with both Deoxys and Wailord, but they were never in the final game. He does appear in both Colosseum and XD, but he does not really do anything. He's more of a character skin. He appears in Pokemon Masters with Charizard, which is kind of the Mega Timeline. I'll be counting it as the Mega Timeline for now on because it's the closest thing we get to it. Although not confirmed, it might be its own timeline. In the art, he has Charmander, Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, Articuno, Seel, and Pidgeot. He also catches all 150 Pokemon, not including Mew, in Pokemon Origins, which does cooperate a little bit with the timeline, so there are multiple of the birds and Mewtwo. Oh my gosh. But we're not including any of the manga or any other sources because we already have enough information to create a team for each of the timelines. So to start with the timeline before Gold and Silver, he would have Pikachu, Snorlax, Venusaur, Lapras, Charizard, and Blastoise. Then, when Gold and Silver takes place, I think he'll personally have Pikachu, Snorlax, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, and Espeon. Later on, he does put Lapras back on, but I think he should keep Espeon in my own personal timeline kind of thing. In the Mega Evolution timeline, I think he would have Pikachu, Venusaur, Machamp, Lapras, Snorlax, and Mega Charizard X due to his Sun and Moon and Let's Go trying to cooperate with each other. Then there are the Stadium games where I think you have Dragonite, Entei, Raikou, Suicune, Scizor, and Meganium. If we include the Battle Revolution trailer, he could have Dragonite, Entei, Raikou, Wailord, Deoxys, and Meganium. Leaf/Green, despite Red having so many teams, doesn't actually have really any teams. See, in the Mega non-timeline, in art, she has Squirtle, Pidgey, and Combusken, which is not a lot to work with. What about in-game events? I never really mentioned these, but these are events that happen inside the game that she takes place. So without conflicting with Red's timeline, she can have a Magikarp, Hitmonlee, or Hitmonchan, Hypno, Omanyte, or Kabuto, Aerodactyl, Togepi, and Raikou because of her choosing Squirtle. With events, she also has a chance to catch Lugia, Ho-Oh, and Deoxys. Those are her last resorts due to them being event Pokemon. Similarly to Red, she has an in-game skin for Colosseum XD, and in the Pokemon Revolution trailer, she does have a Groudon and a Pikachu in the Colosseum timeline. In Master Series, she has an Eevee and a Venusaur. She also appears as Pokemon Trainer in the Smash Bros. Series. Even though that's technically its own its own timeline, the Smash Bros. Series, I decided to include it here, where she has a Squirtle, Ivysaur, Charizard, and Jigglypuff, because, well, it's intended that is Leaf's Jigglypuff. So with that, she has very little options that they can choose teams for. So in the non-Mega timeline, she would have Blastoise, Pidgeot, Blaziken, Raikou, Hypno, and Hitmonlee. In the Stadium timeline, she would have Blastoise, Groudon, Pikachu, Hitmonlee, Pidgeot, and Hypno. Finally, in the Mega timeline, she would have Mega Venusaur, Wigglytuff, Blastoise, Charizard, Jolteon, and Espeon. A lot of assumptions were made here, but there isn't a lot of information on these characters. Ethan. So there are 3 trainers for Johto, which makes it a little bit hard to decide teams. Even and Silver kind of conflicts with it, but we're just gonna make them so they all have different starters anyways. So, and he appears most with Totodile when it comes to artwork. He's also shown with Cyndaquil, Chikorita, Pichu, Noctowl, Shiny Charizard, which is assumed to be caught, Smeargle, Scizor, and Arceus when it comes to art. He does also appear in Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, where Lyra's also in it, but instead of Ethan, Lyra would have them. In the Puzzles Challenge series, he also has the following Pokemon: Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile, Blossom, Pikachu, Sentret, Togepi, Marill, Pichu, Alibuff, Elekid, Cleffa, and Magby. In the Masters game, he also has Typhlosion, which is all we really know for the Mega timeline, or the closest thing to it. In the anime, he does have a Donphan, which also takes place in the Mega timeline. That's where the anime does take place, because in the anime, Mega Evolution has been seen multiple times. So his team for Gold and Silver in Gen 2 would be Feraligatr, Meganium, Shiny Charizard, Smeargle, Scizor, and Raichu. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver instead, we would have Arceus, Scizor, Shiny Charizard, Meganium, Raichu, Feraligatr, and Raichu. In the Puzzle series, Challenge series, in my opinion, he would have Feraligatr, Meganium, Typhlosion, Electabuzz, Togetic, and Clefable. I don't feel like the post-puzzle challenge thing where he would have the Electivire. In the Mega timeline, he would have Typhlosion, Donphan, Feraligatr, Meganium, Togekiss, and Espeon. The Mega timeline was again difficult, but it should be easier, right? Chris. So she is not seen with any Pokemon in any art except for one, Togepi, which shows she's the one that takes it. So which starter did she choose? Lyra is seen most with Chikorita, so that means Chris must have Cyndaquil. We also have the in-game event Pokemon, which we know she attains Togepi, but she also can attain other events in-game, including Lapras, Eevee, Sudowoodo, Shuckle, Tyrogue, Shiny Gyarados, Geodude, Koffing, Voltorb/Electrode, Snorlax, Pichu, or Cleffa, or Igglybuff, or Tyrogue, or Smoochum, or Elekid, or Magby, Tatini, and Suicune. She also appears in Pokemon Masters in the Mega timeline where she has Feraligatr. In the anime, she has Feraligatr, Mischievous, Jigglypuff, and Jigglypuff. So her final team in the non-Mega timeline would be Typhlosion, Suicune, Electrode, Hitmontop, Dragonite, and Snorlax. In the Mega timeline, she would have Feraligatr, Miss Magnus, Wigglytuff, Togekiss, Mega Ampharos, and Electrode, and which is pretty short. Lyra, in most sources, does have Chikorita, so that'll be her starter. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where she has Marill, Rattata from the Captain tutorial, Tauros, Bulbasaur, Porygon, and Tangela. She would also have the following Pokemon from a list of in-game event Pokemon: Charmander or Squirtle or Bulbasaur, Mudkip or Torchic or Trico, Articuno, Moltres and Zapdos, Mewtwo, Shiny Pikachu, Spike-Eared Pichu, Mareep, Wooper, Slugma, Tentacool, Raikou, Entei, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Dialga, or Palkia or Giratina. The reason there were some of the legendaries and stuff she's not on this list, because I'm not sure they have multiple of them. In the Mega Timeline from Masters, she has a Meganium and Jigglypuff. In the anime, she has Marill, Chikorita, and Girafarig. So her main team, in my opinion, would be Meganium, Azumarill, Mewtwo, Entei, Raikou, and Articuno. In the Mega Series, she would have Azumarill, Meganium, Girafarig, Wigglytuff, Magcargo, and Tauros, which was harder than I thought it would be in the first place, but it was still much easier than some of the other ones. Brendan, I decided to make the Brendan NPC and not the main character in the series, because in this games from now on, pretty much your opposite gender is your rival. So I decided to make Brendan the NPC. He in artwork is seen the most with the Torchic line, so that'll be his starter. Therefore, may have Chico. Brendan, therefore, would have Torchic, Wailmer, Shroomish, Combusken, Swellow, Lotad, Wingull, Lombre, Pelipper, Tropius, and Ludicolo. In art, he has a Torchic, a Combusken, a Skitty, an Altaria, and a Magnemite. In the Mega Timeline, he would have Torchic, Shroomish, Wailmer, Combusken, Swellow, Wailord, Breloom, Mega Blaziken, Raichu, Claydol, and Exploud. In the Mega Games, he would have a Sceptile. In the anime, he would have Shiftry and Exploud. Shiftry. In the animation, he would have Shiftry, Aggron, Swampert, Rhyperior, Sceptile, and Megalodios. He's also seen the following concept art for the Mega Games: Trico and Pikachu. So in his non-Mega Series team would be Blaziken, Altaria, Magneton, Ludicolo, Wailord, and Delcatty. In the Mega Timeline, he has Megalodios, Blaziken, Swampert, Sceptile, Exploud, and Raichu. May. Even though Brendan is seen most with Torchic, May is also seen most with Torchic. Then Mudkip, then Trico. So I decided to swap out Trico with Mudkip. It's only coincidence that he's the opposite it was only coincidence that Brendan has the opposite Pokemon than you anyways. In art, you see her with Pikachu, Torchic, and a soon-to-be caught Mew. In the game event Pokemon she receives are Wynaut, Castform, Kecleon, Lileep or Anorith, Beldum, Rayquaza, Regirock, Registeel, Regice, Latias, Latios, Groudon, Kyogre, Chikorita, or Cyndaquil, or Totodile, Sudowoodo, and Neil. In the Mega Series, she is seen with Swampert. In animation, she is seen with Blaziken, Beautify, Skitty, Venusaur, Munchlax, Wartortle, Glaceon, Cyndaquil, or Totodile, Snivy, or Tepig, or Oshawott, Turtwig, or Chimchar, or Piplup, Wynaut, Togepi, Camerupt, Sharpedo, Baladum, Pikachu, Castform, Latios, Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Regigigas, Groudon, Kyogre, Heatramp, Spiritomb, Ho-Oh, Lugia, Rayquaza, Deoxys, Cresselia, Reshiram, Zekrom, Kyurem, Uxie, Mesprit, Elf, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Raikou, Entei, Suicune, Dialga, Palkion, Giratina, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. The reason they are all these legendaries is because they come out from another dimension. So her non-Mega Series team would be Swampert, Mew, Meganium, Registeel, Groudon, and Raichu. In the Mega Series, she would have Mega Swampert, Primal Groudon, Dialga, Primal Kyogre, Kieran Black, and Bruzian. That was a lot of Pokemon. Lucas, in my opinion, should be the NPC trainer for Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. I feel like that makes the most sense because by artwork he does choose Piplup. Therefore, Colin would have Turtwig. So in the games, he has Piplup, Bidoof, Clefairy, Kadabra, and Prinplup. In the Mecha Universe, he is Magmortar, and that's it. So his final team for the core series would be Empoleon, Bibarel, Clefable, Alakazam, Snorlax, thanks to the second-hand manga, and Bastiodon, thanks to the manga. In the Mega Series, I think his team would be Magmortar, Mega Alakazam, Empoleon, Clefable, Bibarel, and Snorlax. I should have made it so he was not the NPC instead the playable character where he gets more in-game event Pokemon. Dawn. So as we stated, she is a Turtwig to start off with. In art, she also has Infernape from the games, and she also gets from in-game events Eevee, Drifloon, Happiny, Spiritomb, Riolu, Rotom, Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, Dialga, Palkia, Heatran, Regigigas, Giratina, Cresselia, Darkrai, Shaman, Arceus, Porygon, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Togepi, Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. In the Mega Series and in Masters, she has Torterra and Alcremie. So in the anime, she also has Piplup, Baneri, Pachirisu, Mamoswine, Quilava, Quilava, Togekiss, and Ambipom. So her final team in the main series is Torterra, Heatran, Zapdos, Glaceon, Palkia, and Arceus. Her Mega Series Universe timeline team would be Torterra, Alcremie, Empoleon, Mamoswine, Typhlosion, and Ambipom. Hilbert. Hilbert it will be a main character of this team list. He is in the games Pokemon White, where he's a Zekrom in the anime. His starter is hard to pick. Using Masters, however, he's shown to have Oshawott as a starter, which is good enough for me. He in the games gets Victini, Pansear, Rashana, Darmanitan, Zorua, Zoroark, Zoroark, there we go, Larvesta, Volcarona, Tornadus, and Landorus. In the Mecha Series, he has a Samurott and Mightyena. In the anime, he also has Zekrom. So what is his final team? In the core series, it would be Samurott, Victini, Landorus, Zoroark, Morshana, and Darmanitan. In the Mega Series, he gets Zekrom, Samurott, Mightyena, Morshana, Darmanitan, and Victini, which is alright. Hilda. So in most of the media, she's shown with Tepig, so that's what she'll be chosen with. As for the event Pokemon she would have Thundurus. She's also a trainer in-game in the Battle Subway, where she'll have the following Pokemon: Excadrill, Conkeldurr, Sawk, Krookodile, Archeops, Darmanitan, Reuniclus, Vanillux, Excavalier, Electros, Chandelure, Hexorus, Beartic, Cryogonal, Isilgor, Lianxiao, Trudigan, Golurk, Bisharp, Bouffalant, Braviary, Audino, Amoonguss, Jellicent, Alola, Morshana, Gigalith, Conkeldurr, Thor, Lilligant, Scrafty, Configurious, Gothitella, Runicuniclus, Vanillux, Ferrothorn, Klinklang, Electros, Chandelure, Isilgor, Mienshao, Mandibuzz, and Durant. In the Mega Timeline, she has Emboar. So her final team in the core series would be Emboar, Thundurus, Mandibuzz, Ferrothorn, Vanillux, and Gigalith. The same team could be applied with the Mega Timeline as well, which makes the most sense. Nate. He'll be the NPC of Black 2, considering he has more Pokemon in general. Rosa is seen with Snivy the most, that means Nate would have chosen Oshawott. So in the games, he would have Dewott and Pansear. If I had to guess, Nate would be playing on Black 2. So, out of all the in-game event Pokemon, he would have Jellicent, Mandibuzz, Latios, Registeel, Zekrom, and a Shiny Gible. In the Mega Timeline, he has a Braviary from Masters, and Emboar, Lucario, and Arcanine from the animated trailer. So his final team for the OG series would be Samurott, Zekrom, Registeel, Mandibuzz, Simisear, and Latios. In the Mega Timeline, he would have Braviary, Emboar, Mega Lucario, Arcanine, and Registeel. Overall, this was cool to make. Why did I put that in the script? Rosa, she would start off with Snivy in most cases, so that's her starter. She is the playable character in this game, so she could have the following Pokemon from the movie creator: Riolu, Lucario, Sneasel, Weavile, Herdier, Clang, Wallaby, Reuniclus, Krokorok, Slowbro, Typhlosion, Starmie, Duosion, Solosis, Reuniclus, Lickitung, Kecleon, Hypno, Vanillite, Vanillish, Vanillux, Grimer, Ducklet, Nosepass, Sigilyph, Tynamo, Deerling, Cryogonal, Frillish, Whimsicott, Beartic, Vigoroth, Slacking, Octillery, Coffagrievous. As for the in-game event Pokemon, she would have Cresselia, Crustle, Deerling, Eevee, Happiny, Shiny Haxorus, Heatran, Jellicent, Braviary, Magikarp, Zorua, Volcarona, Latios, Uxie, Mesprit, Azoth, Regirock, Regice, Regigigas, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Reshiram, Kyurem, and Shiny Dratini. In the Mega Timeline, she would have Superior and Delibird from Masters, so her team would be Superior, Regirock, Regice, Kyurem White, Jellicent, and Heatran. In the Mega Timeline, she would have Superior, Delibird, Regigigas, Regirock, Heatran, and Kyurem White. This will be the last Pokemon team for the main series, because the rest are Mega series for all generations forward that are in the main series. Callum. He would be the NPC for this game. Serena usually chooses Fennekin starter, so Callum would have Froakie. So here in the Pokemon, in-game, he has Fletchling, Bunnelby, Frogadier, Esper, Absol, Meowstic, Greninja, Flareon, Altaria, and Clefable. In artwork, he canonically has a Charizard, Froakie, Hawlucha, Xerneas, Pancham, and Snorlax. In Generations, he is seen with Chestnut and Charizard. He has a Meowstic in Masters. So with that, what's his final team? His final team would be Charizard, Greninja, Absol, Xerneas, Meowstic, and Altaria. It was very short. Serena. She will have been a playable character in this game and start off with Fennekin in Pokemon Y. Within the game events, she would have Bulbasaur or Squirtle or Charmander, Snorlax, Lucario, Lapras, Rotom, Banette, Yveltal, Zygarde, Mewtwo, and Zapdos. In art, she would have Vivillon, Diglett, Sylveon, Pikachu, Riolu, Flabebe, Spritzy, Slurpuff, Fletchling, Blastoise, Fennekin, Flabebe, Yveltal, Torchic, Clefix, Drefferig, Pachirisu, and Perugly. In the anime, she has Braixen, Pancham, and Sylveon. In Masters, she has Delphox and Whimsicott. With that, her final team would be Lucario, Delphox, Blastoise, Mewtwo, Whimsicott, and Yveltal, which is a pretty solid team. Ilio. In the games, he is canonically in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because he encounters Ultra Necromza. He also has a Litten due to artwork. He also in the Sun version. They're both separate playable characters, so in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, he can get Pikachu, Ghastly, Hypno, Pinsir, Ditto, Drifloon, Frillish, Beware, Sandygast, Solgaleo, Necromza, Gumshoos, Alolan Marowak, Lurantis, Vikavolt, Mimikyu, Ribombee, Nihilego, Buzzhole, Xurkitree, Katana, Guzzlord, Polipo, Blacephalon, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Mewtwo, Raikou, Suicune, Ho-Oh, Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Calarios, Groudon, Rayquaza, Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, Dialga, Giratina, Heatran, Regigigas, Cresselia, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Tornadus, Landorus, Reshiram, Kyurem, Xerneas, and Yveltal. In the artwork, he is seen with Oranguru, Rowlet, Decidueye, Incineroar, Serena, Alola Ninetales, Alolan Raichu, Dusk Lycanroc, Toucannon, Necromza, Solgaleo, and two rental Pokemon he is seen with Entei and Tyranitar. All these legendaries are from their own dimension, by the way. So here's his final team. It would be Necromza, Duskmane, Incineroar, Serena, Alolan Ninetales, Vikavolt, and Palisand, which is a pretty good team. Celine, she is seen most with Rowlet. Her main journey would take place in Moon, but also all exclusive Pokemon to Ultra Moon will be gained. And art, she is seen with Litleo, Poplio, Togedemaru, Rowlet, Lunala, Necromza, Cosmog, Brionne, Dartrix, and Torracat. In the games, she gets Alolan Exeggutor, Eevee, Porygon, Aerodactyl, Zygarde, Typno, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini, Cosmog, Lunala, Nihilego, Pheromosa, Xurkitree, Celestia, Guzzlord, Alolan Raticate, Aquanaconid, Salazzle, Togedemaru, Komomomo, Stakatagataga, Entei, Lugia, Latias, Kyogre, Palkia, Thundurus, and Zekrom. Because it's Moon, you can also get Ash Greninja using the demo. So what is our final team? It would be Togedemaru, Aerodactyl, Zygarde, Decidueye, Espeon, and Lunala. Which is pretty good. Chase. In the game's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, he's seen more with Pikachu, so that is a starter in the game he plays in. In art, he's seen with Charizard, Eevee, Articuno, and Zapdos. In the game, he gets Growlithe, Persian, Hitmonlee, and Ammonite. He also canonically fights all 153 Master Trainers, minus 4 being Meltan, Melmetal, Mewtwo, and Mew. With that was his final team. It's Pikachu, Hitmonlee, Amistar, Persian, Mega Charizard, and Articuno. They have very little Pokemon. Elaine, of course, if Chase was Pikachu, she would have Eevee, which is her starter. As for artwork, she is seen with Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Moltres, and Pikachu. For in-game events, she could have Magikarp, Meowth, Arcanine, Lapras, Hitmonchan, Porygon, Snorlax, Electrode, Kabuto, Aerodactyl, Moltres, and Mewtwo. Plus all 153 Master Trainers, which includes the following Pokemon, Meltan and Melmetal. So her final team would be Eevee, Venusaur, Blastoise, Moltres, Electrode, and Hitmonchan. Victor. So not much is known about Victor, not even his starter. Gloria has Sobble, so I think Victor would have Scorbunny. Past that, we have to go off of in-game event Pokemon. He'll be in the main game and Isle of Armor. So let's begin. He would have Galarian Slowpoke, Gigantamax Charmander, Gigantamax Pikachu, Gigantamax Eevee, Type Null, Toxel, Zacian because I wanted to replace it with Sword, Eternatus, Gigantamax Squirtle, Kubfu, Porygon, Alolan Meowth, Slowpoke, Alolan Vulpix, Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan Raichu, Alolan Marowak, Alolan Executor, Litten, and Alolan Diglett. So here's its final team. Eternatus, Cinderace, Alolan Dugtrio, Urshifu Dark, Alolan Raichu, and Gigantamax Blastoise. Gloria. She will go full Crown Tundra, excluding Sobble and Zamazenta. So here's all the Pokemon she would have. Sobble, Zamazenta, Galarian Articuno, Galarian Moltres, Galarian Zapdos, Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Regieleki, or Regidrago, Spiritomb, Regigigas, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Keldeo, Cosmog, Polypole, Spezterra or Glacier, Calyrex, Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos, Mewtwo, Raikou, Entei, Suicune, Lugia, Latias, Kyogre, Rayquaza, Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, Palkia, Giratina, Heatran, Cresselia, Thundurus, Landorus, Zekrom, Kyurem, Yveltal, Zygarde, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini, Lunala, Necromza, Nihilego, Buzzle, Pheromosa, Xurkitree, Celestia, Katana, Guzzlord, Stakataka, and Blaziphon. So her final team would be Inteleon, Mewtwo, Calyrex, Rayquaza, Thundurus, or Blaziphon. The last two protagonists are, well, they don't even have names, but they are the past versions of Dawn and Lucas. So I analyzed the trailer of Pokemon Legends Arceus, see what Pokemon they caught or can have. They have Piplup, Spheal. Well, they can have Piplup, Spheal, Bidoof. The female does catch a Shinx. Riolu is owned by a male. Rhyhorn was also caught by the male. Shameko, the male owns a Gallade, and then there's Garchomp. Pidove, the male does catch Chimchar. The female owns Lucario. Staraptor, Badoo, Turtwig, and the starters are Cyndaquil, Rowlet, and Oshawott. And Arceus is the main legendary of this game. So the male's final team would be Gallade, Infernape, Lucario, Rhydon, Samurott, and Garchomp. The female does own Luxray, Lucario, Staraptor, Arceus, Decidueye, and Empoleon. And that is all the mainline games. I'll be covering side games probably a little way later. And spinoff. So hey, post editing me. I did this all in one session. Well, technically two. So I'm sorry for any stuttering or anything that's happened throughout. And I'm sorry for not editing. Well, then again, I might have to do another post editing if I actually do edit some things. But I hope you all enjoyed. I guess I don't know. I don't know why last time I did this, it actually got me my fourth most popular video. And yeah, this was a long one, but I did cover all 8 generations. So good enough. If you did enjoy it, that's great. Subscribe, like, I guess you don't need to. I don't care. This is just a hobby. I like researching this stuff, so I figured I might as well just say it out loud. My research. I'm most likely going to copy and paste the whole script in the description. I hope you enjoyed the Pokemon Adventures ROM hack footage. I didn't really know what I would use it for. Because I didn't feel like editing this. So, if you enjoyed, yeah, you already know, I already said it, but I personally really enjoyed researching it. If you have any video suggestions, put it in the description. I'll actually do them. Yeah.